I'm always tell people practicing Pekiti Tirsia that Pekiti Tirsia does not belong to us. We belong to Pekiti Tirsia.
I've been in China for 8 years, and that's where I was introduced to Kali the first time. I've been practicing martial arts for a very long time. I've always been passionate about weapons. That's why I was practicing Wushu before. However, in Chinese Wushu, everything is form. There was no actual application. In Kali, I could finally find a way to apply weapons into combat and utilize them, understand why you're doing a certain movement, and actually spar.
I got introduced to Kali maybe 25 years ago. I came to the Philippines 2005 and studied with Romel. He made me a far better fighter.
Basically, I found this place that taught Kali, that's not PTK, and I went there for a while. And then my Wing Chun instructor said, hey, they're having this seminar, you should come down. And so through my Wing Chun instructor, I got introduced to Pekiti Tirsia. And then my mind was blown. And I was like, oh my God, I want to do this.
I grew up in Marikina. I was here until I was 13 years old. And we always practiced eskrima in PE. When I moved to the US, I was looking for more history about the Philippines. And by the time I got to late high school, early college, what I tried doing is I tried making art based on the Philippine history. But I realized at this point, to understand it more, I had to learn it. So I'd have an insider point of view.
There's no disconnect between any, the transferability, you can see it. Like you go from sticks to knives to empty hands and it just transfers beautifully.
I have trained in other martial arts, but Pekiti Tirsia Kali has a number of things that make it so special. One, it's grounded in philosophy, it's grounded in an ideology, and it's grounded in culture. And from that, the martial tradition rises. And because, to me, that is very important, because we're not just doing movements, we're not just training to hurt people. It reminds us that this training is inspiring us to protect life. And really, what motivates me in Pekiti Tirsia Kali is that passion to protect all life, to be a defender of the weak, to stand up for what is right, and not to allow any type of negative or corruption to dominate or take over. So the history of Pekiti Tirsia, the philosophy of Pekiti Tirsia, for me personally, is why it is so inspiring and why it's so needed today.
The last 3 days, it's been great. You know, it's always great. Every single year, it's always great. But what I liked was that there's such a good energy. You know, there's such a good spirit about it. Everyone's just having fun, and then you're hitting each other, but you're forging a friendship.
It feels like coming home, and not just that, you're always learning. We're always learning. I'm still always learning. So it's a lifelong process, and every year I come back, I add a little notch hopefully at one point I'll have more notches of knowledge.
Just like Grantulin would often say, you learn to teach and you teach to learn, because when I'm teaching, I'm learning also. It's really great. It's really we have a great spirit of brother and sisterhood in this organization. We train hard, we play hard, and we share bonds of friendship for me it's an amazing thing to experience.
Practicing this culture, practicing this martial art, it's not only just for fun, but we are actually binding each other through time. So martial art will come and go, but friendship is for life.